Hello and welcome, dear student. So, this presentation is in continuation of our previous chapter that was about computation of tax liability of an individual. So, previous video was related to the tax liability of an individual theoretical concept or conceptual information regarding calculation of tax liability on individual income. Now in this video or audio clip, we will discuss how you will calculate tax liability of an individual in practical scenario or in practical problem. So student, this audio series is about computation of tax liability of an individual. So we will discuss only tax liability of an individual, not other person of income tax. Now come to the next slide. So in this presentation you will found uh, numerical question based on different provision of income tax, and after that I hope that you will be practice some such kind of questions to make your understanding clear about this chapter. Okay, now come to the next slide. So it is question about AMT. AMT stand for alternative minimum tax. Already all these points we have discussed in our previous audio series, which is about tax liability of an individual conceptual discussion. Okay, so on the basis of that discussion we have to solve this question. So I would like to suggest you that you must take a note of this question in your notebook so that you can solve the question with me when I will describe in our next page of this presentation. So dear student, it will be helpful for you to understand the question clearly. Now let me read the question. The income statement of Mr. Roshan showed gross income of rupees 26 lakh 60,000 for the accounting year 1819, which includes rupees 4 lakh 80,000 as long term capital gain and rupees 4 lakh as royalty from a book of scientific nature, which is eligible for deduction under section QQB. So this QQB is related with the royalty. So amount of royalty is in under section 80 QQB. He has deposited rupees 1,75,000 in Public Provident Fund PPF. Compute the tax payable by Mr. Roshan for the assessment year 1920. So my dear student, in this question as you can see we have 4 or 5 information. With the help of those we have to calculate tax liability of Mr. Roshan for the assessment year 1920. So the first information of the question is about gross income of Mr. Roshan. It is 26 lakh 60,000, and in this income 4 lakh 80,000 included, which are related to the long term capital gain, and rupees 4 lakh is about royalty about a book of scientific nature, and this 4 lakh royalty is eligible to get deduction under section 80 QQB, and he has also deposited rupees 1,75,000 in PPF. So dear student, this deposit of rupees 1,75,000 in PPF, it is deductible under section 80C, but the maximum limit of 80C is 1,50,000. So we will deduct only 1,50,000 in place of 1,75,000. Okay, so let's see the answer of this question. What is the procedure of solving such kind of question? Because this question is based on the provision of AMT. So you will have to found that Mr. Roshan will pay tax according to AMT or tax according to regular income or regular taxation slab. So we will have to calculate tax according to AMT as well as tax according to regular income or regular taxation slabs. Now let's check the solution of the question. So this is the solution of the question. First of all, you will have to compute the total income of Mr. Roshan for the assessment year 1920. Now we are starting the question. Please keep in mind the question, and this is the solution. First of all, we have to consider gross total income rupees 26,60,000 less deductions, because in this question we have already given gross total income, so we are calculating directly taxable income after deducting these deductions. So out of GTI we will have to deduct deductions. The first deduction is ATC. Under section ATC, it is regarding PPF. So Mr. Roshan deposited rupees 1,75,000 in PPF, but the maximum limit of ATC is 150. Therefore, we are deducting only 1,50,000. Now come to the section ATQQB about royalty. The maximum limit of ATQQB is rupees 3 lakh, and he has received rupees 4 lakh as royalty. So we will deduct only 3 lakh in under section ATQQB. Okay, so we have to deduct in total 4,50,000 out of 26,60,000. So after deduction, we have taxable income of Mr. Roshan is 22,10,000. Okay, so my dear student, I hope that you will be very clear about these provisions, about these information of Mr. Roshan in this slide. If you have any doubt, you are free to call me at any time. Now come to the next slide. The first slide, the previous slide was about computation of total taxable income. After computation of total taxable income, you have to calculate tax liability of Mr. Roshan. So this presentation, this slide is about computation of tax liability of Mr. Roshan. Let's check. First of all, we have to calculate tax on long-term capital gain which is included in his income. And calculation of long-term capital gain is our first step for calculation of total tax liability. So long-term capital gain always be taxed by 20%. So we will take 20% of 4,80,000. It is our first amount of tax, 96,000. Now tax on remaining income. So our total taxable income was rupees 22,10,000 minus 4,80,000, because on this amount we have calculated the tax 96,000. Okay, so we will calculate remaining figure. So remaining income is 17,30,000. On this amount we will apply slabs. When question is silent about the age of assessee, we will assume that the age of assessee is less than 60. So we will apply the slabs of those individual whose age is less than 60. According to the slab, first 2,50,000 will be nil, no tax at all. Next 2,50,000 at 5%, so it is 1,250. So it's on first 2,50,000 the tax liability will be nil, and on next 2,50,000 at 5% your tax liability is 12,500. On next 5 lakh your liability at 20% it is 1 lakh, and the remaining income which is 7,30,000. How it comes? It is very simple to understand that in our first slab we take 2,50,000. In our next slab we take another 2,50,000. In our third slab we take 5 lakh. In total we have already considered 10 lakh, while our remaining income was 17 lakh 30,000. So out of 17 lakh 30,000 we deducted 10 lakh. So remaining income or balancing income is 7 lakh 30,000 at 30%. So at 30% the amount of tax is 2 lakh 19,000. So dear student, total amount of tax is 4,27,500. How it comes? 96,000 plus 12,500 plus 1 lakh plus 2,19,000, and your answer is 4,27,900. Okay, after it we will have to add health and education cess. So health and education cess at 4%. So it is 4% of 4,27,500. It is 17,100. Now your total amount of tax payable is 4,44,600 on the basis of regular income and regular slabs of taxation. Now come to the next slide. So this is your next slide. As you can see, it is about calculation of AMT. Now we have to calculate tax according to the alternative minimum tax. So this alternative minimum tax will be calculated on 18% on adjusted total income. So dear student, how you will calculate adjusted total income? So as you can see in this slide, I have mentioned procedure to calculate adjusted total income. So you will have to consider first taxable income. So taxable income in this question was rupees 22,10,000. Okay, and how it comes? It comes after deduction all deductions in the questions. So we have already deducted 80C and 80QQB, but for the calculation of adjusted total income we will have to add back section 80QQB. So in this question we deducted rupees 3 lakh under 80QQB, so we will have to add it back again. So after adding it we will get adjusted total income. It is 25,10,000. So for the calculation of alternative minimum tax at 18.5%, we will calculate 18.5% of 25,10,000. Now it is 4,64,350. So this is alternative minimum tax without education and health cess. Now we will add health and education cess at 4%. It is 4% of 4,64,350. Now it is 18,574. So total amount of tax payable according to AMT is 4,82,924. So as per the clause of income tax, individual will pay higher amount. Higher amount, it means tax on regular income or tax according to the adjusted total income. So in your next slide, tax payable whichever is higher. So on regular income at regular slab it is 4,44,600, or on adjusted income at on adjusted income at 18.5%, it is 4,82,920. So amount would be payable rupees 4,82,920 because it is more than 4,44,600. So dear student, there is a one more clause about tax credit. So what is the amount of tax credit? If you are liable to pay according to the adjusted total income or AMT, so the difference figure will be your tax credit, and it will be carried forward to the subsequent year. Okay, so how it comes? Very simply, after deduct only we deduct our regular slabs tax out of tax at AMT. It is 4,82,920 minus 4,44,600. It comes 38,320. Okay, so this question was about the provision of AMT as well as provision of tax liability of an individual. I hope you will get understand. If there is any doubt in your mind, so we can talk on the particular topic. Now come to the next question of the uh, presentation. From the following information, compute tax liability of Suman for the assessment year 1920. Now in this question we have to calculate tax liability of Suman for the assessment year 1920. Business income is given 2,80,000. Interest from government security is given 20,000. Income from house property is given 14,000. Long term capital gain 14,000. Prize winning, it is gross not net, 7,000. And he has paid life insurance premium amounting rupees 5,000. So my dear student, you have to calculate tax liability of Suman. So first of all you must know that how many types of income heads given in the question. So first we should discuss on that particular topic, then we will go for the next one. So how many types of income we have? We have 5 source of income. Income from salary. So as you can see in this question, there is no information about income from salary. It means no income from salary. Second income is income from house property. So as you can see in this question, the third one, income from house property 14,000 is given very clearly. So he earned rupees 14,000 from house property. This is your first income. Third income is income from business. So in the first information is about the business income. 2,80,000 is his business income. Third income is income from capital gain. So we have capital gain of two type, long term and short term. But in this question only long term capital gain is given. So therefore we will take long term capital gain under the source of income from capital gain. And next is income from other sources. So dear student, income from other sources means uh, any income which does not come under the first 4 head of income will come under the head of income from other sources. So in this question we have interest from government security. So this is head of income from other sources. And another one, prize winning gross 7,000, it is also under the income from other sources. Okay, so these were the information or introduction about income sources given in the question. Now come to the last point of the question. He has paid life insurance premium amounting rupees 5,000. So this is his investment, rupees 5,000. Under which section? It is about 80C. So any life insurance premium will comes under 80C. So he has paid rupees 5,000 under 80C. So it is deductible. Now come to the solution of the question. Computation of total income of Suman for the assessment year this. So as we discussed earlier, first of all we have to take income from business, income from house property, income from capital gain, it is LTCG only. Income from other sources, we have 2 source of income and under this category, government securities and prize winning gross. So that gross total income is the total of all 5 information. It is 3,35,000. We will deduction under section 80C 5,000. The total taxable income is 3,30,000. So this question is very easy to understand. 3,30,000 is your total taxable income. Now the next slide is about the procedure of tax calculation for the assessment year 1920. So dear student, as you can see, there is uh, a photograph of computation of tax liability. So I knowledgeably put this photo in this slide because these are the steps which you have to follow in the procedure of calculation of tax liability. Okay, so according to the photo attached, you have to calculate first 30% on casual income. So in this question, we don't have any income which is casual. No, sorry, we have a casual income which is given in this question. It is it was in this question we have casual income. It is prize winning 7,000 rupees. So first of all we take 30% of 7,000. So 30% of 7,000 is 2,100. Okay, 30% of 7,000, it is 2,100. And second is 20% on LTCG. So LTCG given in this question we have 14,000. So 14,000 at 20%, it is 2,800. So dear student, as you can see, there is a problem in this slide. I think the problem of misprinting or now it is much better. As you can see, it's 30% on casual income. So in the question the casual income was rupees 7,000. So 30% of 7,000, it is 2,100. But as you can see, I have written over there 2,800. It's cross posting, so you can understand this. And 20% of long term capital gain. So long term capital gain was 14,000. 20% of 14,000, it should be 2,800. Okay, so my dear student, by mistake it is cross posting over there, so you can make it correct in your notebook. Now after that we have to calculate our remaining income. The total income was 3,30,000 and we have already charged tax on casual and LTCG. So remaining income is 3,09,000. Now on this 3,09,000 we have to calculate tax according to the slabs. So on first 2,50,000 there will be no tax. So the remaining income is 3,09,000 minus 250, it is 59,000. So on next 59,000, according to the 5%, it is 2,950. Okay. Now there is a clause of 87A. It's about rebate. So rebate it is very clear. So rebate only be applicable when your total income is not exceed 3,50,000. So in this question his total income is 3,30,000. Therefore Suman can avail the rebate. So rebate is 2,500 or total tax, whichever is less. So it is 2,500 is the less. So remaining amount is payable as tax. It is 450 plus 4% of 450, it is 18. Now the total amount of tax payable is 460. So dear student, this 460 you will have to be round off nearest 10. So when you will make it round off nearest 10, your answer should be 470. So the amount of tax payable by Suman is 470. So this is all about our today's video or audio clip. Dear student, please feel free to speak me anytime about any doubt in your mind about calculation of tax. So this is our last presentation of our syllabus. After that I will give you many questions as assignment on your Moodle. So you will have to solve those questions. If you found some doubt, if you found some difficulties, you can call me and to get the help about solving such problems. Till then, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.